Number 1, Pa Jacob Ebunato. Number 2, Pa Onsei Running Kosai Momo. Number 3, Pa Ole Onyenenwe. Number 4, Pa Mwabike Okuchukwu. Number 5, Pa Adwaye Achidime.
No, not Kaiki. Because here, I'm not to support you. Who I care what when you were open the matter. When I get here, all of good words in the matter.
All we go to all power, now they are balance. All big bear, when you get the matter to us, so move one time all power, now the balance. Even if I'm not in a marriage, only Rooney, all part to Kelly, and I see Kelly will do.
Our traditional system, I remember Mpongo traditions are different in Obiaruku. I know I go Wakashada, I know I go most of all these people are not, and I they go tradition together. In the problem outside the time, because she was or something like that. I never now she outside Chabo for outside Chabo, but traditionally outside Chabo. So that can streamline the one tradition so that everybody will continue to respect each other's tradition. I think when we start respecting our traditions, there will be peace in Obiaruku.
I think that the right position to take is for Obodo to look into the matter actually and take a position that will bring the entire community together and not allowing the sleeping dog to lie the way it is. You succeeded, stay on your own, while this side will stay on our own. Because the long time effect of this separation is not now. It will come later if we don't agree.
Ojeli akarika Obiaruku feel as I say oba kase oba ekpemiri china ya mo. So we can swear in as Obiaruku Muslim no people protested that since the man is oldest person went here Obiaruku. And also one of the is do na do the Obiaruku general and I celebrated it. I said, sir, something that you're going to do on the 4th and the protest that come on the 25th. And if you have some time frame to call the town and discuss this issue to avoid trouble. Or see what was the age of our Obiaruku. You see, me solution cannot stand and tell you the age of our Obiaruku. That we will go back to the community. Immediately, I am watching our people to the Muslim. So now age because no one name now a birthday. Today we are celebrating governor for 63 years. Oh my man for the age in that way. And I go one 13th March 2026. 1926, sorry.
They should apologize for me. Now, can I request oil? Oh, no, I talk man if also, no, I talk man if I can't. Oh, you when I can't was shall go. And I'm on the formula. By no, you know, yeah, I didn't go at that. The chairman. That or Sunday also you go to suspend they should apologize bitterly, fully. Never know.
And then I'm age of Obiaruku. Can affiliate to general one carry age. In Muslim will be well, the only limit. Also, locally, so only objective. Only who Chief Jacob, Bonnie Micheli, David Kenekuman. She marked Malifo Obodo, Malifo Correction. She all put in and she only and that was the position of Obiaruku.
No one is from the principal actors that are even nails or winning some comments before I will hear from some of the opinion leaders invited. Then we will fly straight to get to position. But I can assure you that I will try as much as possible to ensure that all of us are in this of this now happening. Then I found the reaction of some persons. People when you have any mention in our quarter. Some of the story now they take by the end because of the fact that we are not able to carry the water. There are some few players not able to play this game.
Ụkwanị na-atụ atụtụ n'ose obodo na-ezu izu egbo ọchụ ya ka onye bụ Honorable Dr. Possible Ajede chịkọrọ Ụkwanị local government area n'ime Delta State dị na-edo shioka kpọọ Ekware maka na ele Obiaruku na-eme buruchi ofu na ele udo na-eme dene ya na Obiaruku ọdụ ogo ne ndọrọndọrọ nọ na adị ekwumekwem isi na obodo Obiaruku na-apụsa maka na ebe ọchịchị ya bụ Ọkparukwu onye chịkọrọ obodo dị ya kọdị na-edochi ndụkwanị na-atụ atụtụ n'uche oke mara adị nọ imu amụ n'onyi chi oruwo ka n'ọbịa bitinye ọnụ n'okwu na maka na ele udo n'imede ọ bụ achị ya isọtụlụrụ na ndị edita ya bụ leaders of thought ise ụnụka tụsa ilulu ka ndị Ụkwanị ndị ụmụ Obiaruku dị na diaspora dị n'ọgbamane bịa tụbụsa n'ilulu shi ozune dị mkpa onye dị bụ onye chịkọrọ n'okpokoro n'ụbụ Honorable Dr. Possible Ajede ya dịrị ime na egwari na wezunikitene bụ ụbọchị 19 ọnwa ka isii ya bụ ọnwa June na asọ 2026 dịrị ime na ozu ikwu ijiokwu chịkọsamaọcha bịa bụ ikwu ijiokwu na obodo dị n'izu chụọ ka chịmọ wadịta aka bụ weba ata aka ekita na ndị igoshi na-echi na-akarị ndị ike na-ata aka ndị igoshi dị na-echi na-agwa ndị ike ndị mụrụ wene asụ web ya kwedị na edochi ụwa chi ke ndị ike bikosi weke ndị igoshi kudoni bịa bụwụrụ ọnụ web gbakọ erife n'ọdọ kitene ọsamaọcha enwuwefe ojenuwe ka o were kparọka ka onye n'ife bụ ilolo ihe oke ilobuse wee were ọrụ lobuse kwubuse ọ bụ ilo na ilo ya were tin mefọ odiye na-efe were ihe ọsamaọcha bana gwara n'ụdị kọsị onwere ife okeku ka ọsamaọcha kwu ife ọbụla wee bụ n'obi dịkọsị na owuse ọganisu na anị Obiaruku kitene adịnị Ụkwanị local government area of Delta State headquarters na Obiaruku ebe ọsọ Obiaruku the 13 quarters dị n'ime Obiaruku dị n'ọgbamene shi kwue tụgbamilulu maka na nwere nebe amọkụ erife nwere nebe kpọrọ nwesiwe bụ ofu ịka adị na anụ ọgwụ na-esi ọchịchị na-esisi mmejikachi onye jikachi na-esisi mmesoni onye nye soni kitene bụ ozuzu ijiokwu na Ụkwanị local government area na ime Obiaruku ka adị dị anyị ndị Ụkwanị TV kitene nke gonte na ozuzu na ogbunoge igwe bụ onye bụ chairman kwesị oke yefe kwee kpọrọ kukunem kwuo nwa na chukwube mmọgụ ibe na-ebado ebe onyo na-gane yaba afọ she ozunu ijiokwu apụsa ime ihe ndị kasị na egbuke ọgwụwọchọ na aka mgbuke wee kwuziokwu kwee were ifu eji were rụọ ọrụ na iziokwu dị na-edofu ụzọ turufu walọma okwu turufu walọma ya so kitene and Obiaruku maka na okwu ikwu iziokwu na mba na Ụkwanị ajụjụ oge na-arịọ ọsa ndị na nyini ọsa Ụkwanị ọsa ọbụrụ mba na Ụkwanị ndokwa si ifeọma kwa chịrị ọ bụ mmanyasị ife dịrị n'ime n'obodo dịta bebe na mba na Ụkwanị ụfọdụ si the best option if ndị na anyị demelenyi weje na resolve okudere na bụ ije ji suo igbechi ndị mara atụ sa n'ilulu bụ onye kosi ije suo igbechi kosi ị na-akpọ ni ibo ị na-akpọ ni marụmụ ka onye ji aṅụsọ bụ ụfọdụ eshi ka m gosi onye n'eshi dashi right dashi bụ na ebe egwu ọtụtụ ebe oke mara mmefu na oke ya eshi kachapụrụ na ije suo igbechi ọbara mgbanye nu na dashi onye ka enwecha ọbara mgbanye nu onye dashi kwumeshi ba mara ife na-emere onye anwụsọ kọfụ wesi igbechi oji na-esue ya gbune wa mara she ọbara mgbanye nu na ihe esisue na azọ ife so onye anwụsọ ya bụ onye ka na-egbuke bụ ọbụma ya si ndị na-achị ndị eluwe na-edo she kenu ịka bụ ezigbo azịza okwu na edinala she onwewe ụzọ ndị dịta bebe omekwa esoro ka eziokwu pụsa ka ọ garịsiu ka ọsọmacha ba bụrụ ofu ka ewere ife ọsịsọ na-arụ ọrụ na ojebeme chairman adụwa ọdụ she mmadụ na-enye ikpo ibe ya ka mmadụ na-eyi ọsọmacha ọ ga na-eso na be kwụsị ofu nwa aṅachi mmedị na-eburu na-arụ na ibe arụrụ ife na aṅachi shi na ịdị nha na eshi ya ba arụfie ife ofu marọ abụọ anyị abịa so ojekwoke na adụ ọsọ akwụkwọ na ọdụ ọsọ obodo dịkọsị ndọrọ dị ere na ekwumekwem dịta kwa egwu mụrụ na elu bịara kwome na-esetụ okwu ene kwa olu na-asụtụ asụ kewe ndụmọdụ wee dị dụtane if we suggest she na elu oke wuri ya bụ shine going forward shine ikete na ije stage kwa wuri ndụmọdụ na ndana we dịtụni wuri na-arụ ọrụ ọsị ibu obodo n'obi jikeme ka ị na-ekume ekpeta onyo na-ereba adụane na yaba ahụ enwesi ife ka wuri washa ọrụ obodo yi efe mbụ uche sam na agwa nsọ nụ a na nnukwu na TV ndị oge na-arịọ asọrọsọ ya na n'ife a na-eme nnukwu anyị TV ọsa na share jikeme ka na share ọsa na like ọsa na kọmentị ife a na-eme nnukwu anyị TV n'ọnụ
ife dane bụ anụ ọmụ ife chairman kwunyo ufukpoko ebe ufukpoko chi na-enyiri ebe a n'ochi na-ejide bụ ọsọ ọkpụrụ ga-eyi na n'elu ife dane bụ we lead the community ndị afọ onye bụ onotukwu obigwe onotukwu musume obigwe anyị na-eje ije genu bụ nnakwa ọmụsị si igwe bụ onye ọbụla si kirikiri bụ egwe mejọ anyị ga-eme kirikiri
n'otu wee eze Nicolò Shushu. Ndio mofere wade. Oboronya nizela. Umofu malishegwa. Bigoni, naona bigoni. Onotukwu Abi, Onotukwu, Onochezi, Ebi no, OCDA, the youth leadership, our very respected opinion leaders here, the leader of the house, the deputy leader of the house, the secretary, gentlemen of the press. We will start this meeting immediately with a word of prayers. And on this note, I invite anybody in the state of grace here. I do not know if we have a pastor among us, but if we don't have a pastor, let Chief, you can do the prayers for us, please.
Praise God. Praise Jehovah. Ezekeze, anyị mụ egbe kwuru ebelekete. Bekwu okwu je ka ihe n'obodo anyị aka. Elu udo na-emedi. Ya bụ ewela n'obodo ekene n'efe Jesu. A na-ewere onye na-achịkọrọ ọsọ anyị sịrị bụ the chairman of the local government, possible Ajede n'etinye n'aka. Ya umeshi oji okumosa anyị chikume ọgbọ kenekete. Osande ishi nemena yewe umeshi oji wobisi lulu. Ati kere ibu ọrụ n'obodo kene. Apụ n'ebele anya mwemu saleka. Ifo sa na di do na de dashi. Ebe wala no kene anori no kene lefa Jesu. Aba na de na kana nudo. Ani fo so na nudo. Lefa Jesu. Then I for so many and I could come and when Jesus Christ anyway.
Now, please, I'd like all of us to put our phones on silent. If you don't know how to put your phone on silent, I think it is best you switch it off. Because earlier you been in this meeting, I will expect that also I'll be all our mind should be here. Please, so that we can concentrate on the reason why we're here. I will just be here. Not go for the can. No, don't stand up. Just you can just say here. The 13 notables are here. Then the notable general.
It's on permission.
Oh, not go do. Speedy recovery. So apart from not go do, the rest notables are here. The 12 notables. Now, what of the noises of the 13 quarters? Are we here? The noises. Please, respectfully, please, let us stand up so I can see. We don't have the 13 now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. My own ways are just gone.
Quarters.
Yes.
The two other chiefs are here on those schools.
Yes.
The youth presidents, youth chairman of each of the quarter. Are we here? The youth president, why you hired for power? Is it the Osunjano? I mean, I can see the youth president of Obiaruku. Nine. Which quarter did you represent? Yes. Huh? Ojubeli. Who is behind you? Which quarter with that? You are representing, or you are the chairman? Okay, you are the vice chairman. Okay. Okay, let's see them. I just want to be sure. So alongside, we invited some opinion leaders. Chief ESL, I didn't know that you are always. I had invited you to come and join us, look at issues dispassionately. And then I also invited Chief Esumobi. No, thank you. Welcome, sir. I think we did a cross invitation along the 13 quarters, but it's only that I'm trying to certify if we have formed quorum. Then the OCDA. The OCDA is here. Brother Newman, is the OCDA.
For life.
Okay, I would like for them to take the youth president and the UCD president chair. Let them come here. I would like to see also Obiaruku, non-executive. I want to thank all of you. I like us to the camera people. You can just so that I can have eye contact. Now, Njeki can also know for the minute feed. Okay, especially I like to also try to confirm if these persons are here. If you hear your name, please just indicate that you're here, please. Chief Onefeli Oje.
Yes.
Okay, that's your name, right?
Yes.
Okay, welcome, sir. Honorable Keros Ojuku. Honorable Dennis Kami. Honorable Frank Inefaso. Kenneth Ojimiwu. Honorable Mitaye Azubike. Mr. Rob Bisi Chisonu. Olutuku Odogu Dixon. Okay, some information. Mr. Marco Steven. Mr. Mike Onkolu. Chief Azaya Mwiliku. Mr. Fred Smoby. Chief Men Ogenegu. Chief Chicken Duffy. Engineer Lucky Esmiki. And try as much as possible to help themselves and help their family. And that is the mood of the nation. The mood of the nation is for the communities to sit down and think out how they can unite against terror. How they can put their strength together to see that they stamp out bad acts And all these banditry done by a dominating some places in Nigeria today. That is what communities are doing now. No community is wasting his or her time to sit down to begin to discuss issues community. And people are sitting down. That is not what it should be. When they call you people Atuku or they call you people Obiaruku, a lot of people in the time past, they try to look at Elunune people when we taking procedure to do certain things. But now it is not so again. So many communities under my watch, quite a local government when the night clans. Upon my resumption in office, what I met in the local government is that there are 9 clans under my watch. And the clans are Umutu clan, Akuku clan, Ebedi clan, Umukota clan, Ezioko clan, Amai clan, Eziono clan, Umubu clan, and Obiaruku clan. Those are the 9 clans we have. And so many other clans here. How they can be able to protect themselves. A few days ago, somewhere around in Abia State, where certain some women were kidnapped, the youths moved to action, round up the general area, go a bumbo, ne Kodlas Wepo. And on Sunday, kidnappers when I demanded for 10 million naira, they were able to rescue all of them and wound the kidnappers now. That is a community that is united. That is a community where everybody will come out and begin to say, how do we handle this? It is not in the issue of so many communities, particularly around Africa, are trying to look at themselves and set up a process that will push out a fortune in their community. I like to start with. But here we have the majority of things we're having here is that Ofuma Leshini Ghana Kota Jeshi Ogbe Musumenebe Ochichichichichichichichichichi Keochi Goshinekweli Kenu Ebulu Chijeshi Sana Apostle Ochichichichichichi, and you begin to cause issues. Now, the first issue that has brought us here, I'd like to mention, is on the issue of security. Actually, Nacho, Nazon, Nikaburu, Notuku, Nikaburu, Paluku, Aukashu, Mugo, and Apono. I remember on Sundays, they said that not. Of course, our 3 kings were there. The Wolf Mubu, the Great of Ama, Lazy of his own. They were there. Then there were 2 other old men. No, during the introduction by the traditional rulers, when introduced Moeshe, the Obiaruku of Sososo community. I can't remember that unless I play in video. But the Shiko Ebianivel, we didn't know that. On Sundays, he is put to tell where the whole Janjam, the copy of Owa, you see. Obiaruku Natula. Also, if I even remember, because maybe the spokesperson representing our leader will go against it. Also, can you find the bill? Oh, you mentioned more. Maybe the committee will better the commission idea in the video. If a journey is that even though from time immemorial, our traditional system recognizes rulership by gerontocracy, I know that there are a lot of issues that are associated with it. Because there comes a time in a man's life, it becomes difficult for him to process things. It is natural. Every man must go through the process. And on Sunday, then as well, na nekukune. Onwere over plan journey one time when they have some problem. No be go mo kwan na. Erumebe o she nwa ya samacha no ane. Nwa ya ne je ya so ne je bu ime. O she ni fo paru gwa na. O ji wosu bodo na no ane be. Me gwara she as council chairman ni jon go fukiro paru. Ayo erumebe o paru do paru. O mari ife le mi be. But he stays there, kito oju se. O so paru she fake ni go chon. She apple, you go John. Remember, for more than 1 hour, I made sure that I sat down there. Opaluku Yamaru or Nyedi, Opaluku could not respond. Those are some of the disadvantages associated with it. But there could be advantage where you have men of truth. Nejoku Jini and Modefo in Bulgenji. That is the way a lot of us live. And it pains me a lot that a lot of our people who are perhaps have traveled far and wide, because they travel for Mosaife Lendo Zononipi. If you had a million, you will be a Uburu Mama. But you will, why you not people? Tip off Uburu, everybody in Nakanabachi. I am willing to be able to be now the four. Where is your one? Or Susie teach you. And you were quite needed that to you. That's what they were learning. The younger generation, what they not turning on the Kiaka. Even though Kimane, what on the way? Bono quite so you couldn't naka. Does it mean that there is a disconnect between the Kanemos or Garifane? Nindoki Neman. Nobody can be able to see the truth. Therefore, having given that background, official and even actually kono no dey na zoku onyebu Obiaruku so many issues about Adenabia. Within the NAFO when they did Obiaruku sons and daughters and some other platform, Chairman and Naro, Kenan Naro, the police and Munibo Nigeria Police Force as a council chairman. If you minibo ainanore in the police force, Bowen if you on intelligence, and they didn't need intelligence. Who would only need intelligence? Intelligence have been for your manufacturer. Who would not there? Who would in the way the first defense line? Never was over the Mulina Abanda Churu, Sofifa Basubudu. But keke na ife nebe nino okwane onye na ekubu osama chado anokuna ni fashion onye ojo ko baza nobodo ogo monya go na ebu osama tanala onye ojo ko yeke fashion ojo. I had a security meeting here a few days ago, and when the youth president now reported that Magua said some few days back from this on drone Kofi Bani me HO Primary School. That was 3 days later. That was the day it was reported. And she said, no, you president. Ono food drone, ona tutu na drone girl. When you say that, or show them Magua. The first thing you will have done is to raise, either you raise her, or you mobilize Nicolo baby Kubudu. Ikolobi adi fún obodo wọ́n ṣáà fún obodo adiki. Ikolobi abúlé ní iṣu na banso. Omulele onye ọ̀rọ̀ adi n'ugbo Igbo. So but of all the report, I didn't want to tell you. So when I na part na nyi wuse before oku drone na nyeki na nyi ugbo kuna. We na test runner. Because when some of my officers I didn't want to tell you. But the truth is that immediately saw that there was supposed to be a reaction. even Muslim community name is very at alert. Even that area, there was no confrontation. Showing that, one thing that came to me is that the first line of our discussion is with church people. In line with the security summit, and when which I thought the way they choose the people that attended the summit were chosen from Atasala level. They choose 2 PGs to attend that, and I thought that when the PGs come back, because that is the instruction where is to call all the PGs and inform them if we're putting in the security summit. But I'm very sure maybe they've not done so. I'm not sure if they have had the traditional council meeting where they would tell Oboruneli Mwezi, Nemuno Chizi to go and take their people. So, but because I attended the meeting as council chairman, I told myself that every meeting that I have with the non-Achuburu, I have to brief them. Even the youth president of all presidents was supposed to attend. But in the case of Okwane, I got there, I saw the youth president of Umutu who attended. I don't know how they did it. But I thought that when he was supposed to go and meet Agocha to call all the other youth heads. Obiaruku, the youth president, will not call us our youth heads again and inform them. The truth is that Osanchan, we need to sit up. Omuta school and there is need for Bodo to Bocha Fenyawe. Let us not sit down. If you think that can I teach Motuna? I need to move again. Iteshi no lie for Onotuku Skuluma, Yafonotuku Odogu. Yeka for Buhari anyway. Mbotogu Beteshi like a fashion. Maybe did a meeting. Nemune no one I for. So don't sit down. I'm doing what I have to do. All my security decision, I'm following them studiously. You must rise to the occasion. Because obviously when the Kuni Sabogida order is correct in those states, it therefore means that we need to sit up. During the sensitization, I call the vigilantes and the youths or something in the both the PGs. I briefed them about a few days ago. I'm not sure if the PG or not PG, the youth president before Lobodo, but I told them to go back to their community and sensitize them. Because the summit at Asaba says that all of us will unite against terror. Security is every man's business. If you see a bad person around you, when you marry or quality people you will be the first person, your team will risk before you get yours on the risk. Because you can now monitor day and night. So I want to plead with us. We must take it seriously. At your primary school, I learned that to get only the headmasters because I call them the headmasters and the head teachers to talk to them. We should get day by that of Yongo near the Odogu place there. So I've directed them to see how we can replace so many schools doing gate in the Okwan local government by doing gates and put at least a security there. But the community need to take extra steps. You don't see that. Yes, in Nariono, I said when I come to this meeting, I must be able to talk to us on that issue first. The second issue is that after the security summit, Oko courtism was on top of the matter. No more in data than Obukuru data baby. Can you tell me then what and do data on Obuku baby? So that you will remember because I know that Ngotu ne batash na ni ne Oburundozo, where your name will contact ni any moeka, Najin Loro, Najin Banifi. But haven't they new yes, that there is need for us to go back because this is a community, this is Obiaruku community. Every vices they know one. Now starting gradually from here. Ndeli ni me animal na travel through Waga Township. Obiaruku. If you phone any joke or go, we go Obiaruku fan Obiaruku. Beji ni go ife. Onyos attack you. Ya branch or Africa. That is why we are trying to sensitize our people here. The community should brace up and talk to our people. Governance, if you look at both Ndeno and Chanya, Kenai and change, all of us have a role to play. You continue to tell them, like if I tell you, Okokuru, Ndeno na join show them. I have given you, I have done my duty. It is left for you to know here or not here. As council to make people she be annoyed, she must ban me if you the man, give you why. Another issue, Bundena Lankologo. If we should go weapon in that summit, and you may hold unity hall, it was a matter as council chairman. The NDLE director, Nasaba, the Neye report, Eloi Ferrofo. She, among the record of it's only Obiaruku, the old data, Kokulishi, often they were muni Indian farm. So many Bulwa people, so they read the bill. Ni Obiaruku, mention Obiaruku. Or some okay, commissioners, okay, everybody, possible, everybody. Where possible, they say, oh, they are this. You know that kind of thing everywhere. Yabejo Kanye de Kakaku Bonideta. Beyond that, the thing now destroy our youth. It's destroying our youth. He made a succession plan now. Then I check it and I cheat. Maybe we can hand over the party. Bondoma no kunshi we bondoma ayi maleta shene one day kuli namsa. So we must deliberately begin to groom people. To succeed a leader, somebody came and said that there's need for you to struggle. I say, my brother, that is not the process. The process is that you must get ready. You must prepare yourself. You must be a responsible youth. You must stay focused. I know as a matter of fact that Okwan local government, Obiaruku, we need youth to the Ajede. But there's need for us to rally ourselves and redirect our conscience so that we will not go. It's beautiful now. And the only way to do it is for the line and the non to propagate the gospel. Go if when you allow Jiri, you didn't allow Jiri, you have the difference. The only thing it does to you is that they latter are high. And they not high. Now you can show you can call everybody we go in Nigeria. Because you can feel like that. All clear fashion and egg kidi. Is not to nyan no. So say high na high way gira. Ayari bro sando kwani ne fefe, anyi ne fe, nganya la fefe na. But at the end of the day, everything, everybody call it. So I want to plead with us that this is the forum I have to send this message across. For you to talk to our children, make it a deliberate effort. call the use of each of the quarter. Only the name. They are not doing themselves good. Only in the no Sunday anybody did it, and also Lani Bo, Kowalani Federal Lani. Only in Lani, where the national Yoro, the abuse of it, she not to be running she books only Ujiri in the Sun Boffinity and Nala. That is not the way to go. So I want to plead with us that it is important we talk to our people. Because of the internal report not a rich maker, both the intelligence not rich maker is that 2 people have been reported missing in Obiaruku for an unknown cause. And Kodobo onye POS no na operative POS ni show Obiaruku ne we go show ko na the phone J echo show ko yoro. And intelligence no the lumeka is that what if we look at na show ko na chabe oloro just a phone call. Well, sure, she won a Hausa didn't non trader, didn't along Oboku Road there, somewhere around Modidi. She don't lay fried chicken and a yam. She was question on the phone, inviting him. Shaba go local. She called Nico, even Cotton. So if when he make it now, was she the style is when he use a phone call. We invited even though Katai. The week, because the call now be from people the married individuals. So if you look at so now there is need for you people to go back to our people. Sensitizing. Option making na so you were bonye pon you kwe making abonye married babonye je na married. Ko wala so onye married. Yare pochalanya. Because I will not be there when you will take the call. I will not be there when you take the call. The only time we can come, boys in the so whatever you think that is, yana sorry, that is the angle they will go. They only know the okoko, the rich, we shall be go okoko at cheap price, the blossom. I am not sure road is very, very difficult now, and that is why we are trying to do our best to do progressions. Both in the area of agric and in the area of ICT. By next week, we're going to all of them are going to launch them. And in the area of a very massive empowerment, an empowerment that has not happened once in this. In fact, the old political zone is what we're preparing. And we're trying to do it to Sylvie Niruyeka. You'll be able to stand and continue your life from there. It's not in the way to ship a rice for Lego de Wene Kikitiko, Ilifego, a laugh of pursuit. Yagaudo. That is what we're trying to do to address the challenge at the local level, in line with what His Excellency and what Mr. President is doing at their level. There must be collaboration. Even the travel the majority of the enterprises, the majority of the things in Afo are private establishments. We know that our people in diaspora are doing so much, but it is important to they join us or they intensify more effort to see how they can engage the majority of our youth. Because I feel that when we engage, we will not have the opportunity to begin to evoke in Labia communication natural, but travel from Yeteku. Yeteku is not an industrial zone. But if there is a call, Bonyana Faka, you will see that the temptation will lead the person there. So there is need for the community to sit down and begin to try to see how we can engage our people. Only the federal so not to go chief and all that. They also they take for instance my late father, Ogochimiri no no to the court when he go wa file bele go wa share una manage ma ko ngo koma menye juli palo and you juli na force of your friends they will tell you contact eso no to be kani pour show those contact or business guy o shimbe so tini bia so kwa to ka glono tu ndio ke c'est this one il a bien dans le boulot so when I see the zeal in some of us, Ichibona ka unafanya ko ne so someone because someone man him go in the court. But it's a ongono nyo na ko. The 5% one court right for ambulance. The law is that the way staff of office go to we beg the kings with staff. So they not touching what and the other clans. And it was done, I understand. If you want to follow it strictly, it's not that where you can work with once you have not given staff of office. That's not no. If you go, she knows to be ready. You know, this is 1991, 1992. Ajede when the Subigo ban no to we go import. We native, Rugana we native. How do you do that? Last time we go to not very subsidy in Obuchi. My tell to go to then they go and pay the came. You walk. They walk and marry no balloon where you have the okay, my father, oh, the best in tobacco. Oh, I don't know who I want. I am going to go the blood making. Oh, she was sent away here. So that is the only thing you forget. And even when I tell you, it's not enough to do it. I understand the pain people are going through to Chikumen because of a structure of a traditional system. I know that you mind so much. If you are spending your money, your time, we're not winning or civil dinner. Either for their options and others, very clearly. As a matter of fact, it is an urgent thing. Having given those information, what brought us here is that about a week or two ago, or thereabout, OCDA came to me in Barcelona from meeting they called me and said they want to see me. For Obiaruku, there is a situation in the town, and the situation is that when I saw Obiaruku general of Obiaruku, there's one video funny when the trumpet facing. He said, no, prayer. And so he said, what is the issue now? We said from Okozo to Obiaruku installed an Obiaruku. Obibe Umusume said that is not the position. And we just installed an Obiaruku and I'm not to general. So I said, okay, OCD is a recognized organ in the local government. So if they make that kind of move, it's in the right direction. I waited for committee. What I was asking myself is that, is it that Obiaruku they are only in a charge? Is it local government they are only in a local government? If there are critical issues that concerns traditional institution and the council, but the supervisor, the council, you have the head there. Even in kingdoms where we have the staff of office presented by the state government, when they have issue, we settle the issue here. Majority of them have done so. That when should not be happen. None of the traditional rulers could be able to reach the council and say that this is what it is. I said, well, I don't want to look at that side. And I told them that their presentation had become too clear to me, that I need them to put it in writing. So So eventually, I think they did put it in writing. But in between, while they were calling me, Oyebu Chief Nasco, the Alaji Samoku called me and said that our people in diaspora are all ready that they should try to reach me for us to wage it. So I said, okay, Shadima, until eventually I had the opportunity to see them. And we spoke extensively. And remember, actually, one of their prayers from people in diaspora is that they also want to touch base with me. I think they fixed a meeting around 7 p.m. that evening on the internet, and all of us connected. So many of our illustrious sons were in that conversation. And that meeting was chaired by Professor Atakana, who chaired the meeting. Our brother, who the chairman of our people in diaspora, Oloye, Elton was in that meeting. MFNM was in that meeting. And of course, Alaji Samoku. And there is one other, Gideon Ishikune. And then there is one other one again, our brother in the US. So a lot of them attended the meeting. And after extensive talk, I told them that I'm not for you in the first place. I don't know what is the problem. In 2021, when I resumed as council chairman, the first issue where the next week, the deputy governor's office under the headship of His Excellency Tuaro. Then, a room was added to Zuni Hall. A both neighbor, Johnny Nash neighbor, or not to go to good neighbor. Notice in neighbor. Everybody is getting there on the job. Everybody within the money. When they go meeting Oku, I think Right Honorable Church was the deputy speaker. He was there. Honorable Commissioner Sir Fidel Soke was there. Osachi Zunigo. Those are Jew, Niki Chipe Obiaruku. We should not say easy. We should not say easy. Ye others say John Yashbe Kukwezi, Oje prison. We should never know about who only son between Egun and Tom and Ronnie Kosai. We Chichichokonochi, we see chairman. That is your assignment. Go and determine who is the senior. Yes, the office may be an office of authority, but I know that as a young man occupying the office, and I tell you, that exercise was so crazy for me. That exercise was so crazy. Because that exercise took us a lot of time. Even when I set up the committee, I have to take my time begin to visit community by community. My target early morning. I can't visit late by Ronnie Kosai. Also, I'll be worried. Because Kakun Koning, the chief name of Abel was Marco Malifio. But they know that. The machine Morgan Sigway. Many are pari. I leave. Me as you watch also. Also, when you the chief I was saying. Njeke Paiguna Tom. Wabulu nari wuli ko papa chairman abiao ocho ni go fu you ocho kile ni ya no ni parka kwa ke chola. As early in the morning the man would tell me was she aba parka she made the kudo petrol late now. Who was is it the okwa kude so odwa. Nsi no sima mama le life Ghana no ko si ru no ro ibo and also kebe no ko nko fie no oku I didn't take from online target because ya fa she omofoke. I try to pick one or two things. Borunje ke petrol na the end the story ku it will refer me to Paufikulu, it will refer me to here Njokozo, they referred me to one other old man then. Incarcerated. Sometime I had to speak with him. He was very sick, with greater respect. And it was not a good exercise. The time we consumed, and even the committee we set up. I told the diaspora people that I didn't follow the problem. I understand the migration, how you put. We will fail back here. But I told myself that the only thing we can do to make this thing go. I promised them that I was going to call a meeting, and the meeting we will title it Meeting of Ijoku. And that is what we are going to do today. Well, we will soon begin. In the middle of the introductory speech. Because you we cannot move on. If you want good government, if you want good governance, if you want good this, good that, the citizen must begin to tell themselves the truth. Don't lie to yourself. We have pressing issues not about again. Security issues, our youth job order. A lot of things are going the other way. Obuniru gisere wana choburu. Nondo tukuna nore. Wene chi leloboro de. Ni nondo tukuna choburu. Yes, in some people from each of the quarter, man, they are very fair. And they will be acting with me as the jury. When I try to listen to everybody finish, I will dissolve and consult with them. So I have a letter written by OCD. I spoke with the diaspora people, our children were in diaspora who are so interested in the peace in the land. I sometimes I pity for them because there is never a time we make a call natural question to one or two issues that we can settle here. And they have job there, they have family. Isn't in Bafuni plane, she go US, go Canada. Ela Subelini plane. They are not doing with Uniji. Because you know, they are married, couple the plane Orlando, Baberi, for hours in Nebel. I know one and answer where you watching Jenny plane in US and Baberi. You can only meeting because if I go around the motor, I all the Obiaruku, Pepe Supeju, Equaqueju, Kitawakulu, Yainity. I don't know what they. Yes, I was when they just nobody went no belly, what baby Nabia, no more, you are free for the belly. Can we like a beautiful bread? Let's say things the way they are. Mess on the use on. Only Nagara Morina, Echita, almost Abayachina. Ofuma Rosuru Yachina. It was not customary. Let some certain people not begin to deceive people over issues. So after I finished speaking with the diaspora people, I promised them that I was going to call the meeting, but I still needed to move around. And I now moved to our senior brother and leader, Sir Fidelis Okemotilije, where both of us, I'm going to say, they all feel as in the Muslim say, Eya na back in the Muslim. That I like to know the position. There are some end to, so she may not back in the Mwedede. So I need us to speak. Let us, because we are the two people in government. Even when there are issues, including Chukwu Dafi, you know, even when some issues in Keleno, at that level, we will meet. So he told me that, although I so it's not part of what is it, that in fact, he's not happy that at this critical time that ndị obodo enyi ka ekwu n'obodo ọzọ nọ n'ekwuru echi ikpe that is aware that there is a forum Musume creating that not for when they and our people, some of them who are lawyers, then advise say they may say, but what you will tell you that I'm the council chairman, that I should try to see how I can resolve the issue. Way and some statement I was able to assuage his wife that the journey is not to begin to fabricate stories. If when you son in as council chairman, I will begin to preside over things to bring a album or Shabache. Yamashi, if you don't look Bumaro, the African traditional system is that even if you feel the garden, you boo. So put your Paruka why Biana now. You are not now in Shigofra no usually not in Shebo lady. You have to know Belina, she Mukiko. She did Sunday. Omungweshina Pokarini, Nani Mukiko. Yeah, you don't do that now. So there are sequences. Only for me, Okuki, ya Kaleshime, Yamaleswa Yakane, Ogukunishi. Parodic or sign Egunatuna. I have to set up a committee headed by late Pa Odwa Oseke. I went to Ijopo to bring him. Pa Odwa Oseke was an upright man in my own judgment. He came and he did excellently well. You think that it's a young man. Neke no some chicken. Nemalo suko buchi. If it was any kete is to resolve this issue of Obiaruku. I don't know to be I don't want to feel that persons should come here and tell us lies. What will help us to resolve it is what we are going to discuss it. I don't want us to come here. I told all the security people to stay away. Let it be an Obiaruku affair. That is why you see that this place is an Obiaruku affair. But this time around, I told them problem. Because LB was a problem that I will not TV and I can't and no Sanja Kurte, Kaina Kai, Jasava. I don't need me book, Posan Janity. Karu Gabri, Kadi go find a chore. I go find a chore. Also, they don't know no matter what it is great, no matter what in the sun is now. Yes, now one of them were didn't shoot. She people, all okay, can you Paruku, make me so pico was all to the mess Nagwafuwe now. Oroge keji ba ma gba ti besan le biko we will not pop akoinu no na den no kuna. Because we are going to resolve this issue so that going forward Kanyamarele issue not there. I would like us to get the accurate report. I've taken time to try to look at the issues and then I need us to please kindly very brief and go straight to the point so that we can resolve. Not go make no someone more for my shepherd. In the first instance, Obiaruku of Obiaruku is the Obiaruku.
Hey, hold on now.
Obiaruku of Obiaruku is Obiaruku of the whole Obiaruku, not Obiaruku of a section. So before an Obiaruku of Obiaruku will ascend the throne, there must be need that everybody is together. You don't do one thing part and abandon. So I need to get first what led to the first action. before we now take what led to the second action and we'll find a common ground. Please, let us maintain decorum.
Mr. Chairman, sir. The SLG, the councillors here present, Onotuku Obiaruku, OCDA President General, the youth chairman, all the youths here present. I'm the Ajede of Obiaruku Club. Okay. Maggie Mutulu need a benefit the Ajede of Obiaruku. We said that before this meeting, we announced that everybody should silence his phone or off your phone totally. This idea and this manner is very, very bad. Mr. Chairman, sir, the issue of the Obiaruku General of Obiaruku, the very, very simple. You see, Osa Obiaruku, when a specific date, annual meeting, the Obiaruku's house, on my road, and in the meeting, the first inquiry of every month, it does not require invitation or an invite to anybody. Everybody and my worship, that is the day I need Zoom meeting where we take decisions. This Obiaruku matter. Okay, Onyebo Eva Jekabolo Obiaruku General Obiaruku. The Umusume community were protesting that Obiaruku way Sonny Onyebo Obiaruku Eva. They protested timelessly. So I am not been into the matter. Okay, after that, we find out that Onyebo Okibo Iva, I am swear in Iva. Normally, from the beginning, everything I name in Obiaruku as far as installation of Obiaruku ship is concerned, the Umusume and Obiaruku does not participate. They don't participate by bringing in their offer because their offer is they recognize to we will say their offer Nabia anytime any can install Obiaruku. So after engine installed farm, they protested. I am making a sway Ibechi. I am a sway Ibechi ne Afia Okoso Nebenu. Afia Obiaruku, which is located in Okoso. So at the end of the day, Ibechi was winning because the purpose of Ibechi Bushi onye bani n'ọdụ kunishi ya bụ oke ba ọ bụ ya bụ oke chi Ibechi na-ekpo onye. So at the end of the day, Ibechi can wear this when you are married. Onye bụ Obiaruku Musume arụmenwu so ya Ibechi kwe by our custom. Ya bụ n'ụzọ
go outside momo, or go outside momo, ya also. Because obviously, if I also do so from if I in, if I am also like a position, so that is the position of that. Then if I remember Chashi, what a lot Chashi, they will ensue immediately. And it has only about let's worship. Onye ya ni ni se ya ko palukulu ni. Boye bo pa Dixon Ocheli. Davidson Ocheli. Bonya ye marene. Se ya do paluku general no dilu. Before the installation, Osani Chande ono tukudo the palace. Osani Chande ono tukudo. Osani Chande ono tukudo. Esu the palace. Aye the man in the door. If you kuni, nebena ebushe wetoni ejoku. Elowe poni mo. Evae ke fanu ni na. Ndasu ready as on chase of Obiaruku. Saloku ka witie. Kemen weapon more. Ayesuwo meeting in the palace. Oku dis okwa me pusashe. Onyebo Chief Azuka Esimike raised up his hand. Odogu dawo making him born or chase dawo and Odogu is your Onotuku general of Obiaruku. Ndotuku ndoso dawo. We permitted him to speak. He came timelessly to protest that Opaluku way go pa Ayaforo Yabonye Sonne Davidson Ocheli Shasona. All of us no neighbor parce que tu es moi ça y a pas organiser ba soa in then manage on Azuka Ajojo. Manage no yebo Chief Azuka Ajojo. Azuka Simike. She came with the age of your Opaluku and came with the age of Davidson Ocheli in presence of all. You know, because he may push mess on a Roy. Mess on a Roy, I should be able to know Roy's age. Roy was born in 1960 now. Why I was born in 1959. Mess on it now. But there was nothing like that. So all of them, even Chief Chekem was there in the Onotuku of Umozebe, was there in the meeting. Chief Isaiah being the always the general of Obiaruku was there in the meeting also. I told them that a document to present. Document speaks for itself. These people were there when all these things was happening. None of them, both in Obiube and in Umusume, stood up to say no, as Azukabe could go play in the Kuna. None of them stood up. I brought out a document between Ngozi Emeni and late Ajede. Both of them is late now. When I saw Onotuku of Umobezi. In that document, we stated all the age of even Ogbuefi Robert Efe, Itakede, Chief Itakede Akutowo, Chief this, or something else, we stated all that age. Then this man, Bo Ocheli, Bo a witness, which I used in that case, Omewo and affidavit. Then this man also, Bo Ayavoro, Pa Ayavoro, Omeshu is an affidavit. So I went to my office and I brought out the affidavit. their age is being stated there. As at this time, the Musume man, none of them, the Obigbe man, none of them came to say no. None of them challenges. Obiaruku can bear me that witness. So after that, Kazuka Esimike, even Cheke, even Osando Obiaruku said, if we first himself, she Okaduku went there, so Neonyebu Ayaburu. But when they saw the document, all of them agreed, and we sworn in Dixon Ocheli. We sworn him in. Then Dixon Odugapo. Obaberu, after the demise of this Ocheli, vacuum is being created, but must be filled. Because in administration, vacuum is not allowed. That is why we're doing even if chairman didn't we take a committee chairman. You know. So it don't observe for the 3 months interregnum. After observing the 3 months interregnum, we now call for a meeting. As before now, the Musume people don't attend our meetings because of this problem of oil. Equal meeting, all the other Unutus and Unutukus can even bear me this witness. Even the general meeting, they no longer attend because they felt that this oil is going to come out. They no longer attend meeting. Then Obiaruku can install Onyebo pa Ojibi. No, pa Ojibi as the Obiaruku of Obiaruku. They came with that idea for, and we told them, Ofo would start recognizing your quota. So you are just here without you people are not present. No, for they didn't come with their offer. That is the testimony. The 2 quarters, Obiba and they didn't come with their offer because they felt that their offer is more superior than the other people's offer. All right, that one is let go. We install OGB. After the OGB's demise, Obiaruku Onyebo Obiaruku Adibeli, Chief Francis Adibeli. So, and I installed Chief Francis Adibeli. That very day, which we are going to install Chief Francis Adibeli as the Obiaruku of Obiaruku, that is the same day Nde Umebu installed the Obiaruku. These people also, the Musume and Obibe, did not even attend at all, but they attended Umebu's installation. They did not attend Obiaruku Adibeli's installation, but all other quarters, the 11 quarters, they were present there with their force, and we installed the Obiaruku of Obiaruku. That one has gone. So now it has come to the issue of the Obiaruku General. Adibeli, who was installed as the Obiaruku of Obiaruku, timelessly, I use the word timelessly, protested that he is the senior to the Obiaruku Ifa, Obiaruku Ayamu, who is about to be installed. That he is the senior. And mention his name, mention his age, categorically mention his age, that he is the senior. I did not say anything. And with utmost humility, this same Adibeli was in the palace meeting when the issue of Ayavoro and Davidson Ocheli came on board. He was there in the meeting, but I kept quiet. So, as Okwa, and because Ocheli was a little bit sick, the Odwa then was Ajede, who was representing us because he's the most senior Okwa there. So automatically he becomes the Odwa. He never challenged. So now, he called me, I recorded him. He mentioned the month he was born, and the age he was born, and the date he was born. So what I did immediately was to summon a meeting, calling all the 6,
11
yes. I called them, and they all met. I played the cassette to them. Chief Jacob Daffy and Chief Andrew Wabisi. They said, the fast speaks for itself. And they did that. Wow. She asked everybody with this man's honor. Because I brought out that same age declaration. So, what made it Aguasa? Yakin one make project in the phone. She mentioned one and one as I don't even know what you. So, on that basis, Ayavoro I will say this thing. Off your phones. On this you see, all these are they distract the man as well. Alright. So that is the position. And because of this, in Ajede, because of the Umusume and Obiube's attitude of not turning up, the entire Obiaruku clan now suspended them. The entire Obiaruku clan, that is all the 11 quarters, now suspended them. That is the position. So, only again a suspension is on suspension. So, Oru, after the suspension, the diaspora people, no problem. Can you meet in the next meeting? Can you on the 4th? In what day? I can meet in the general meeting. Can you I told Uduku in confidence. And I went to meet Onyebu Chief Robert Osogwe in his house over this suspension issue. And I mentioned it to him that they have been suspended. But yeah, where we are in that very day, because I had on that very day, you one loss when the back home, Shumburuna. It's a go for when that kind of the first person takes the meeting, then we have to discuss this issue. I had to use where this meeting. You know, different stories. Banyamari in 2021, Onyebu chairman of council, I set up committee upon a fana headed by Osakene. And making women she Abu Marubeno go to the Obiaruku in the session, the Bukundi Kenny as well. And Mariwam she this man, oh Ayavoro, okay. Amongst Ayavoro, okay. So what happened is that
I had met in one Sunday. I don't when I go no big bell in Dumsume, and Dumsume particularly. We have a meeting. So what is the essence of wasting our saliva? Wasting our time? It was before the swearing in. Konyebu Chief Solution more they on the phone. Chimbashi ne. So Obiaruku is on I follow. Then I was in the protest. It's not timeless. Your protest came of late. Even the letter we was sent back from the office, although it was not addressed to me, they copied me. When you send it to Chief Ogbo, who is the Secretary General, I was on my time very in she this letter was sent back of late. So now he was all these things, just like what happened to Ajede. So that was what happened. So can fake and bury. Yeah. So the chairman's committee report, the council, the committee signed that document of all right. But making when I'm one, never too lot. She even Ocheri was swearing in because I just want progress in this community. I'm not watching that Ocheri was swearing in. So okay, in almost on the boss side. That's on Ocheri. But I did not protest. I kept quiet. If I was side, when Gandhi. On one life, with that time I swallowed to tell you, that's on Ocheri. Yes, in fact, yes was not Obiaruku of Obiaruku, but I did not protest. I kept quiet.
No. If somebody,
listen now. Yes. I'll come to that. I'm married one. She has Sonaya, but I went to meet my bouquet. She was on a joker. So I did not bring that issue. So I did not bring that issue. Even when he was actually documented or second, what fast she had booking neighbor and on the whole jam, no Kakuma, no position, like I said. Obiaruku is the most eldest person in the community. That is what the law says. Okay, the oldest male child. It is not the oldest male child, Chinimo. No, it is the oldest male child. That is what the law says. So that is that. So in this one, Onyozo, supposition, the Kakarani swearing in Onyebo, Ayaboro. Onyozo pass okay in Osadi the entire Obiaruku. But my own person too, Onyozo boss side. If I have Stephen, as always will be, or the window, no backward. Or the window, or the nurse, he has a BSc in nursing, and he talks very well. But you know, in 2021, when what I moved in Akwani, but when I moved in 2021 till today, or the window, it can be your part. So I'm not going to say okay, general. When did you get when in that document, they will see his name at the up there, Shabuki. But Ijoma Benjamin, who also want peace in this community, never came to protest. So Onyebu Obiaruku after that man, Oruni Bayafuru. Because Ndini made the system. What if somebody no to me all back then? Yes, I want to round up. I want to round up. All these them check this, that, or something like that. All my senior, but one were not check. But we know to before all of them. Apart from Onyebu Chief Andrew Mabezi.
The rest, only someone in this town as a chief. You understand? So, am I talking about elephant and that is why we decided the entire Obiaruku clan, including myself and Odogu, who is Onotuku General, decided to swear Anyavoro in. And I am stating here that document does not lie. If the council chairman, I am begging the council chairman that that document being prepared by our secretary and his committee is not known by anybody here, because the secret of ours is not known in the daylight. I am praying this honorable chairman, my honorable chairman, to get that document in order to solve this problem, so that Obiaruku from that document, she Obiaruku Iteuku Sonaya, I will beg them and tell them sorry. Because let us install this man. But if it is not contrary, say everybody let us allow the sleeping dog to lie. Let us put him. Only I contest him. Let us go again for impeaching. That is because so then I aware, say where we go. He will say that document. Not an afu you will say because that document will solve this our problem. Because document speaks for itself, even in the court of law. All right. Thank
The Onotukus from Okosu back to Obiaruku for this side. Or the first one will add, or that represents my position.
Yes. Okay. Chairman, our protocols observed. If I not choose the Kuni Bijoku, we'll go upon a Guadical. Abeangwa. She Yamalosu Obiaruku Bunadi Beluzo, Chi Obiaruku. On the 29th of March 2025, she AJA Selosha Bokeyo Osmesi age my Obiaruku is about 100 years. Also, one new okay Pama Isama. Also, was the Mekukelene.
Papa Isama, or the leader has all Please, let's start speaking. Summarize.
Good. So, Odoku is African. Odoku some was an Ekazo. She Oyoruni, she Wayaji. Also, when you Kushi, Ndiche Kukan, no Anigushi, Natani Ike, Unwe. If any was in India Kaku here. By the way, due process of installing an Obiaruku. Open that one, and we should not be relying on affidavit from the court. Because if I rely on affidavit from the court, somebody can swear, can bring down his age or take up his age.
By the Onochese, and from the representation of the Onochese, if Okunike, the rest of the world is going to this side. The addendum on Achoko Ade is in the way of trying to further affirm what you have said. But let me see the approach. I understand the predicament. But however, we have heard from him. I think the proper thing for us to do now, before individuals may be donated or not, let me hear from Musube. But let me hear from Musube and Obiaruku. I will need a single presentation.
Chairman, kebe nyishika n'obodo bushimeti ọnụ bụ eboku ọkwaluku chere anyị ba bịa for this last one. Ọsaịcha adụ n'obi ahụ onye bụ ocheri during na Agagaraga was suspended. Ochela na-esi obi ahụ. In fact, Osaimomo was suspended no at this way Agagaraga or Sunday no to asala time Agagaraga amaro. During that time, Muslim had changed to 2 places, of whom we Sumer quarter, under the approval of Agagaraga as Obiaruku General. Agagaraga they are. Onyebu Onochese Bonotuku. Sindo Obiaruku ni Jegwani, West Sufa as Obiaruku community of Abiakwani Kifa as Obiaruku Obiaruku. So on that note, what 10 people need to meet in a place. When this way she as Obiaruku will attend, Abijegwani. They now set up committee, Oko Twata, and only a chief Thompson Oshiri. So I come from Umwedede to Musume, as outside those of partner women, both Chirini or Simon. But we'll find out that Ituku, who was the chairman of Umesimas at that time, becomes the oldest among from Woten, as people never know about Balko and the chairman. And then yes, we'll meet in 1 or 2 places, never. Now finally, Ocheri Akarika Obiaruku feel as Abasi Oba Kashe Oba Ekpemili Chinayamo. So we can swear in as Obiaruku, who Muslim and people protested that since the man is the oldest person, so here Obiaruku. And also one of the is June I do the Obiaruku General. I have celebrated it. Now Chira to I am. And the jail recess for 3 months. Palace ne resume full. When we went to Obiaruku in the quarter. We suffer the Obiaruku General for 3 months. Palace will now resume. One quarter Koluni. Children Muslim will look at quarter, only Koluni. Only the quarter represented their Obiaruku age. Also, Amala said, Juchasu. And had been Sushi and Obiaruku community. In fact, on the 4th, from my dear senior brother, no again. Nebane Goku primary. So I installed Obiaruku General on the 4th. My chief who were fixing to never know again. I am when my name was on the book. What do we should talk about? I am to meet was I get job about. I have any bonus, I am not chief after a quarter. Oh, no, to go when it goes like a job about there. Also, was one with Jaguar. I see the family. See, information is power. When I go to the palace seriously. And then actually on the 4th. So could they have standing for let us write a letter to the Onotuku General. That letter was dated 25th May. And the letter to Onotuku General, copied on Onochese, and the secretary of the Obiaruku Traditional Council. One day, Tigani Mokwe, Ajamu, the secretary, no more today, the former PDP chairman, Fairman, Opake boss, and I went to greet them. Now I said, look at what my people is saying. He was yes. So receive for the late See, he's going to meet Onotuku General, I mean the secretary of the palace. See, all civilian see the announcement of Okuzu Tumwe today was the issue of 4 years. Some was going to be Tukubo K. He's here, my dead teacher is here. Come in. On that note, listen now, sir. Osimhen snapped the letter and WhatsApp to Onochezi. Immediately from that pioneer chairman's place, I snapped the letter and I sent it to Onochezi. Onochezi said our letter is belated. I said, sir, something that they are going to do on the 4th, and the protest letter come on the 25th. At least we have some time frame to call the town and discuss this issue to avoid trouble. Or see what was the age of our Paluku. You see, me solution cannot stand and tell you the age of our Paluku. That we will go back to the community. Immediately, I watch our people to the Muslim. So now age because no one name now a birthday. Today we are celebrating governor for 63 years. Oh my man for the age in that way. And I go one 13th March 2026. 1926, sorry. Our weeks late today was born 15 January 1927. Immediately we communicate to Onochezi. Onochezi see Ochini the man he pay. And the man saw an affidavit. Okay, come with the age the man declared during your court case with him, so that we can continue working in Shambo. He didn't disclose it to us, sir. On the president man was born 1926. Which year, which month, which date? I said, okay, since on the 4th, Musume and Obigbe will go to that meeting and stop the installation of the Paluku as dated by them. The next thing I need to see, when women say we're going to bring court action to stop it. They now candidly turn the thing back to the 29th of May instead of that 4th. And Wolo Paluku Nutie. And you're married. And you do it on the 4th. And you have no trouble, no quarrel. Paluku na posa. And you can attention. Okay, George. Who Muslim people now stood up? No. They need to change no baby. Is it the way they do it? None of them started to suspend the Muslim. He suspended Ashimab. There must be letter to the community that you have been suspended over this offense. Who people say never later? Who Muslims say never later? And now the man has to say about that. So what you know? Who people say no? So I go watch it. Guana you know me this man no Paluku. Also Paluku concern no Muslim and no people can marry. Ono to go and make better for you. And say you need committee. Not talk for job automatically. We have admitted that the Paluku general. Leave this issue of Paluku. Guess you tell when I Muslim no big bear. Why don't why can't you go make it you not stood up that day and move back to Muslim? Since this is what you guys want to continue doing in Muslim, we are going to put our own Paluku and we'll go back and install Ituku as the Paluku of Obiaruku. Because we are married what's in the master line. Our age of Obiaruku has been declared to Onochezi before that installation. And open the coup said when you team the give when you want to go Okus non is aware of our Paluku's age before the installation. He never disclosed the man's affidavit or sworn in the court to us. Now, so when I see the man was born 1926 January, February, I think so the man's okay now. But don't say so we bring that kind of okay, and they went without the date of the installation on the 4th, on the 29th of May. See our Paluku over the 4th. You have been waiting in this. Iṣẹ́ wa ló mọ̀ kó pé tí mo dé sá ẹgbẹ́ mi kú kẹ́nu wọ́n tó kú mi kẹ́ kú ṣe wá ní tí tí wọ́n ti wọ́n tó wá ní. Oku team is very simple. An average Muslim man, Obi Bear, cannot do it without the Umwebu people, Asian and Asian. Also, the team, I have a family. Abakase no piano. Oku fe pon e family. Where are team more? Where was any invitation? Una pon Umwebu, una pon Asian, una pon Asian. We so upon them. No be family. And those Muslim man feel that they are four cannot live the family. No fe pon e family. On that I need to confine. And that's why we must bring our force. And you cannot find a shed and that team will pay me. Don't pay for the payment. And you should go back and settle your problem with two people. You have been buying a book with him. I want to say like this. I actually did him boy. You said what?
While you were speaking, I'd like you to try to address some of the issues you're raising to make things clearer for us. One, the reason why your four cannot leave. because of the fact that when I decided to we have addressed that. They also made a view whether on the issue of oil. Is it the position that because of oil?
No, that's I will speak to that. You call us last meeting here that Obiaruku should meet on the issue of oil, and the chairman should come from Musume, and the committee should go and meet Vijay. Till today, when it's Vijay meeting, people come up with the findings of the oil, because the last time no oil now, and they are where?
It's okay, the next point. The next point. Your Rochester, Umusume did not attend that David's installation, but they were in Umu on the same date. Yes. What could be the reason?
The previous husband, and he was heavily embarrassed that he should leave. Where to find the LTV before that place. So,
and all respond. You notice when you want to speak, you speak to him. But you can't be making noise. It's a simple position. I need him to clear, but there are great areas. I'm trying to make formal opinion. Or say the reason why they didn't come is that the previous one was Ajede, and Obiaruku was Obiaruku. That is his position, and the position of the other. Calm down. You people have time to speak. Sorry? Now, when you were speaking, you said the temple became the senior in the whole of hotel. Which period was that?
Between the period of Cheri Agagaraga, who is the Obiaruku general, suspended with Cheri, who became Obiaruku general later, and Simon, because they are not fellowship in Obiaruku traditional activity. Obiaruku general Ebemewe. Then Scala Group now form another government called Umesime, and all of them are aware.
But you don't know the dates.
I can't go the dates, but it's not too long.
Who was the Onotuku of Umuzi then?
Onotuku of Umuzi na Esho. Sorry. No, Onotuku general was Amudo. Amudo is Onotuku general. Amudo is Onotuku general. When Amudo now enter Okwa, the man was supposed to be Onotuku of Okosu there was supposed to be Dr. Atagan. But I know the crisis comes, the Obiaruku general now uses power to bring Ugo as Onotuku of Okosu. That place.
Maybe in that time.
That time, sir. Chief Obiaruku, after the crisis of Umuzi you are talking about, I promise, sir. Obiaruku happened to be representing the quarter as Onotuku during that Agagaraga.
Obiaruku.
Yes.
And
Onotuku was the deputy to Amudo. Onwese general now was the deputy Onwese, who chief Emeriku. While Scala was Onwese general of Umusume. Kekere was our Onotuku. Onwese general of Obiaruku. Why Kekere was Onotuku of Umusume?
And this time you are talking about,
yes,
the Tuku was the senior.
Ituku was the senior for Umusume in hotel after the demise of Agagaraga, when we moved to Obiaruku.
Okay, if it was the senior after the demise of Agagaraga, no, I'm trying to get if it was the senior after the demise of Agagaraga, when Agagaraga left, who became the Obiaruku general?
Ivan. Ifa
is not to Itogu.
Yes.
When Ifa left, who became?
When Ifa left, at the time of Ifa, when Agagada moved, the Opakuse where Ocheli now come, now resolve to Obiaruku. There are people that started coming at one with Onotuku of his quarter and meeting them. So when Ifa now left, Obiaruku now come to Ocheli. Ocheli already settled to Obiaruku. Ocheli
and Itogu is there.
Ocheli is not Itogu. He was suspended at that time. He and Osai Momo. Yes, sir.
Anyone from Obiaruku?
Chairman, I know you do this forum as truth and reconciliation. That's what I want to say. So someone just supposed to be Kwejiboku. No chase any Ochikumeni Gwe. Ochikumeni Chikume. Obi Mekumene. Ne Obigbe. Opa Gwen Musu. And then it's Opa Gwen. Most of those times are not Mabamitu. Yani wena Gwen. She okay and your Gwen Makama. Na bia isu Opaluku every time men and women have their show meeting all those times when they are talking, but like we said, now all year is the grudge because most of at those times Umusume don't come meeting at that time. What we agreed at that time was that they should on 3 occasions that to resolve this matter, crowd were shouting suspend them, but we chiefs agreed that what would be the position was that she should write you copy Okemo so that you can call us together and resolve the problem. There was no time. He would say, it's just the last meeting that we came to Asaba. That was our meeting day. That was the only one I didn't attend. Onoche, they cannot say Obigbe has not been coming to meeting. Even when our Baruku they know, and we came to tell them that Baruku and Ajede. So the main grudge. So Asanje Metendeno, Yabachi, Mpona say what an achimo. She Onoche, I get mempo. Because if you go in the Jekaka, or see how off phone, the next morning of bomb, or she must be suspended. Now, as Onoche, your position is administrative. You are representing our king that's not in existence now. So there must be protocol in doing everything. In Ekusi, it's about now once Muslim was suspended. Now you are a meeting down beyond. In what meeting did we agree that Muslim is suspended officially? Which meeting? Or Sunday chief, because I negotiated Boko. Then most of these chiefs were there when those matter was happening. Did you suspend them officially? If you did you communicate with them? What of Obigbe? He said it was an oversight. Today, on Echikume, she Obigbe and Umusume is suspended. I'm saying categorically here, that's a lie. The problem that what is here, Anyazo Onotuku, and then Umusume Obigbe, Anyazo Onotuku, Anyazo opposition. Because the way make it and say, okay, room in the next 20 years, because I know for a solo 8 by 8. But when we are doing this, we are supporting them. The Gelunukuni, and then the younger ones are supporting the old ones, so we can learn from them. But we cannot stay with the old people. They are lying in our present. These are just, the problem is just administrative flaws. So why we are here is to just correct them. Thank you, sir.
Honorable Moore said that you told him swiftly along the OSA platform in front of the Pioneer Chairman's house, that this whole issue and this whole gang up against Obigbe and Umusume is Oyemata. From your vantage position as the secretary, is that the position?
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yes.
In the Kumari Mogbana, the Punishima Rebbe use invectives against anybody. Kaka from Gurupeto, on the Kusa Opera here. So we don't know which to believe. As the secretary to the community, even that time open first up and the Muslim as well. Nothing like that took place. All the resolutions reached from then till now, they are in our records. It is also good that community secretary should come in to open all this record for them to see all the resolutions reached. the day, let me clear that, the day of Honor, other than I go and say, and I got touch where I was, say, cannot buy the show a chair or see where we protest. And if you have protest, go to Onochese, then you go to those. Those are the only people that can listen to you. That was what I told you. Cannot tell us again.
You never told him that? Oh yeah. That's your Nagan go against you.
No, they are aware that it is because of oil. You see, excuse me. No. Let me tell you, sir. Oh, this is Chima, so on. Let me tell you.
Now, when you people suspend a reporter,
nobody suspended them as far as I'm concerned. They were contemplating on that. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. Let me go. Yeah.
Let's put it on the floor.
was not suspended.
They were talking of suspending Umusume. The reason why Umusume can suspend Umusume. It was a debate. They were debating on it. The reason why you see why you debated the matter, see, she go came up with a settle with Obiaruku. Before we about there were told to forget all litigations and so on, also that one in Umusuma to one day. Listen. After wedding the finishing that settlement, up till today, Umusuma never took to go to the pool in order to see other to their son will come up with them. They don't
go sometimes.
I get quarter by quarter. Umusuma today, what do we put it to 1 to 1 couple? So, what am I put to canoe? Then we're so preaching one, she was dashing. See, because of all your last, you know what they are. Somebody that should have question where I was all your love, she will not there. So that Obiaruku can be comfortable with no oil. So this was the debate going on when I was taking the minutes. Oh, good, this itching more. It started from the time of Obiaruku. Or sometimes when the chief Obiaruku installed them to fight Obiaruku, including solutions. Excuse me. That time, Onochukwu bu Amudo, Onyebu Onochese bu Ajuchi, I was the palace secretary. Yes. So, Oku Eken Gabia, Akpawu Musume, Ifeshin Memelike, Udeke Memelike Gaba, Samaro Dao, Oganebu was Ogumi, Oshino, Ne, Musume, say, why I have Mittori, so go get when wedding Mezu, Echimo. Eku Okunu Kuku, Bereva Setrona, then Romero Garek achieve more. Obiaruku, as the tradition is, and I didn't really later an invitation, we did Jenny Joko, Jenny Ejono, and I did Jenny Muru. Obiaruku had made Kuriku, we did Jenny Ejoko that accepted it. Obiaruku achieved more. Eru Ejono that accepted it. Eru Ejono would accepted it. So, energy to be more. Oganebu was on suspension because Obiaruku had negotiated a Kufa account to refill the money. Remember the palace secretary, sir. The honorable. So they told me to enter into correspondence with him, which I did. He refused to respond. So already in the suspended bill, also Sunday chief were meeting Obiaruku. So Sunday if they are in meeting, Obunda did they are in meeting, Scalaway also go for the chief. Boom Sume. So that section in Abia Edward, that time Scala was always the general. So let me see the suspending then is Obiaruku. So from there, Obiaruku started installing his own chiefs to prosecute this is opinion and position.
Let us calm down now, please. There are some things you may be privy to. if you marry, they will tell you. Some things you will be believing that you know. Maybe during this conversation, you may know them. You will learn and unlearn some things. That is the process. But if he's talking, you shout, you lose the touch. You understand? The major issues, you have answered them. But you are addressing Oku Echemu. I understand that is an integral part of this discussion. But what I'm trying to beg you, sir, is to make your position very brief.
Okay.
So that we can progress from here.
All right, sir. Thank you, sir. Okay, no pitching mono. So, Chambo, Obiaruku did the catching more. We will send letter from Major Paul. The letter no go gonna go and the Bumi of Akasha that it well. For a case well. Major Paul, they were not aware. It's one of my therefore. Everybody now go straight chance on new work to see where Joko pitching mono Obiaruku. And I do a couple of the reason. Also, Obiaruku will in the one way Joko, or the one way say from there. What major formula Akasha that has this, reasonable. Can work with children and so on. The children have many times. We see the station for Chinaya, the station for Tanaya, charges your budget achieve. So after so many attempts to Jinabia, and after they failed in that, they are this thing, charity Baba, he was not admitted to the community. So, it never so it's your now because of that respect, according to them, see where they will senior. They want to undo Obiaruku. Everybody is okay, never go to any chimmo. A job for the Nago, John is well now. So, okay, see, Freddy can make it tell you, Obiaruku, Mezu. Okay, see, she can tell you, she went at Casa, they got you more. That was where the resolution was reached, which is my minute. See, because I'm going to soup when see, she can tell you, so you walk Paluku General, no Obiaruku. Like Achi, when you walk out, they can for some more. Based on that, Agagaraga Yadich in Vamo. Those people were not present. Even when they said which were left, they called those people and find them. And when many they are telling Obiaruku. It has been like that. The Shika Kodi de Lel. So the issue of this Mabu Ituku was only one of the offers in Umusme. There used to be 5. So far to see where did they meet in the Obiaruku when it's Callaway. So based on that, I suspend the word Ituku Umusume. So Ituku was now coming to the palace, Agagaraga, but because of proposal, other one Agawa. So when eventually Umusume divided into 2, and in order to bring them along with Obiaruku, or Sifawe Ken Obiaruku, other one Ejewo Kake, or Simon, or the agent to it took not because it was the sin of because it was the sin of those people breaking away from Umusume. That was how when I accepted Ituku. So Ituku now became part of us until Wadametesi they just settled with their quarter and now went back to join them. So only joining for one member. So on the issue of this Ichimo of Obiaruku in the palace. Okay, we couldn't see Ocheri okay, you do more questions and major raise objection. We debated the whole of Obiaruku were there. One way you place order. So what made daughter Baba was okay, so Ocheri okay. Then the resolution will say, okay, if they don't succeed in swallowing their own as the Obiaruku, they have succeeded in saying Yadine so in that expressing. So it was Obiaruku in waiting as a result by the whole community. Yadine in the minutes resolved by Obiaruku, they were there. So in the woman, objection no Obiaruku was 9. But if they were part of that resolution, see Shiniketen is a man for so in the line of succession. That was what is in the minutes of Obiaruku. She had in Israel. And nobody raised that objection. And the Kenya where then raised in Shituku. Chairman, sir, I have to tell you categorically that Obi was default because of 4 years. When they used this one as a school, so this last meeting, it was okay, because of 4 years, they don't come to meetings. If we were 1 year, before, if not was that position in the palace, we did a whoop. But just what they were. no quarter is always divided by zero meter and emergency dog meeting. So I just want to so then when I don't have when I don't have 50 the letter. If not, I'm also okay for and they want that in the some Muslim people who advise them during this time of 4 years say no. I know Obiaruku go full and you can listen so yes I know about it. Or Sunday no. Anyway, we're going to that not do why they have to do something. Ask them.
It's okay. It's Previously, how many years did you put in the Secretary of the Palace?
When did she get with? I am about 18 years as Secretary.
18 years?
Yes.
Now, within the 18 years period, only suspend a quarter or whatever, or communicate to them in writing.
I have never heard of she was suspending a quarter. She can go secretary. Some people say they suspend individuals.
Or do you communicate to them in writing?
We will not tell the people say on your day
not in writing.
No, in the social it is by representation.
So you see that?
Yeah.
All right. When you said that, and those of you, and all this is you only made your minutes of meeting.
Yes.
I heard when you said that on the issue on the issue of suspending Musume and Obiaruku. There was no resolution.
Okay.
No, there was no resolution. In your minutes of meeting, was there a resolution to suspend it?
Okay. As far as I know, I took minutes up to the end of the debate.
Yes.
When the resolution was reached, I think it was my assistant secretary.
Yes, it was last
Who will now have that notice to take. That it was the debate was
You took minutes.
Yes.
And left the meeting, or you took minutes and sat down and shut your ears?
No, it was to be continued on emergency basis.
You left.
Yes. So in the case of Obigbe, sorry, let me clear their case. Obigbe were didn't have their meeting, but they have solidarity with Umusume. Even now, if I speak about their meeting, they all this time say, Maru and Muslim, Obe Bishop Paru Kuwe, and also all of us know that all of them were aligning in this issue of Obiaruku. Then you know, you said truth. The mix-up somewhere was that they were not there. They were not there in the last meeting where it was resolved that so day where they could Obiaruku because they were not there. And the quorum was formed. They were not there properly. They were not there. I'm not even if so big but they are thought to say we are
saying no, listen. Beyond the fact that we are dealing with that day, they are saying that they were not informed.
No, we don't inform people. We have a date for meetings.
The date you did that swearing in, how did you convey? How did you convey the meeting?
I think it was a dog meeting, and so everybody was expected to be there.
The date to know the swearing in of the Obiaruku.
Yeah.
Was it a date set aside for the Obiaruku meeting?
No, it was not. It was a date for emergency meetings.
Yes. Who conveyed the meeting? Did you reach out to them?
The meeting was conveyed by Ajede and Obiaruku. So I was not in the meeting because as a civil servant, I was away. Yes.
Give the microphone to
the chairman, Member Chief Robert Otogbe, we don't report Musume. If many okay, I can't even see where we do, but I will fool. Obiaruku that. Onye mo no se no ku de bene This man have their meeting. And I have their meeting. Even if he is going on, you would then know the venue. But in there you could done the year or signing it. Also, okay, signing the meeting. What I came up and working waiting. They can get there to forward. Give me a change and be in a naked question of shop. They don't have why if you Muslim. Snake bag and was made on or not. You didn't know they was made in the book with the temple at not. Obviously, now you pay. What make I meeting on 4th? That's more. And sign up there. I have been doing on 4th, no. Or to look at myself, I never must wear with you for no. I didn't know. I knew they were that. They will look your balance. Why? Can I do the collective? Can I do the division? The other side of the can you say, so let you where the Shina took off for or rather wrong for but no woolly. Unfortunately, they meet Cadam and to take away. And I could only can you? But you will get your never even waiting. It's a living you. On every time I have a meeting, see what I told you. Can I need a paraton? Now you can do it. And I will again. Monday, you don't walk. Not the electricity, I didn't tell you.
Was he in the meeting?
What's that?
A month was I not. The 3 months was I not. Okay, I didn't tell me. The so bad I for 3 months. Because I gave them that on 4. Can I take the meeting? Although on 4 to know, even that trials are going in some sort of way, commission, I need you and he who do 4 to know I didn't mean I must be taken.
How much would you in the 29?
Well, not 4 when you losing. Maybe not to cook losing, but I'm going to come up and
I bought me, and I made chapel.
We are I
bought me.
So, what I can put cannot handle. Oh, call you and you call oh, quiet. And they don't call you. But I knew all that you cannot say this. No, you are doing why did you do Muslim? Why did black Muslim that do Muslim? But I need a joke when they joke when I go when he can come and will.
Yeah, well,
I'm going to go. We're here, not anywhere.
Honorable Chairman. Obodo ekele otu ekele o. Ọsọ nwa anọ dịka na anyị nọ. Bụ ofu otu ife na-atụrụ nne bụ omenjikọsị eziokwu anyị na-apụsa anyị. Awa dị n'ahịa bụ ewu ka elefu. Oge okwu na-aka apụsa na Obiaruku na-ebere na oge a na-eje chino ijọkpọ na-eje na-achọ ha na ele akacha debe na-ekwusa mkpọmkpọ na-ebe na nwunye mmadụ ndị ka obi ka ụmụsume ka Obiaruku onwenye mmadụ belu oji na-eburu kesi weje ka ememe ife mmadụ dịka mmebe onye ijọkpọ akacha ede abalị oge ihe chọrọ dịka chi ọgbara eje I was walked out Sumeji was awful. Now, Onotuku. Onye was awful. But Ogumi, where would the Nachimo? Or to do a reaction. If any member or if not to remind so I expect that they should apologize to me. Because I've spent my time and my money. They should apologize to me. Now, can I request oil? Oh, no, I talk man in fair. Also, no, I talk man in fair. I like all you when I come was a shall go. And I'm only formula. By no, you. Good night. Yeah, I didn't go at that. Oh, you better go at. Oh, Rob, Kuruna money, every much of you bear. Diconia. The chairman, that or Sunday also you go to suspend you, but they should apologize bitterly, fully, never no, and go to the Obiaruku and apologize. Carry me. Umusu Mamalan, Usu Jaruka Malan, Ununapona, Unusu Bebe, Unebebe without authority there. Onye also no de na ko onye kunu ye na ko ka also no jini maro onye kunu jini so awa kwa manya oge uche ri jini ma buru Obiaruku barista ijoma obu menye uno isu moto inu onu ka anyi shi no ni mo durable palace kai shi na buru ke shi kere na why we didn't get a refifie wole yi ni mo no ba be me ne le nu ba tu ni gogo no sa nya mo no atu gogo e ke me ku ya de se John Sumbiko no mejo
Now, I no anything that day. No one is a goes to the farm. But others much in where to open now from the principal actors that I know in also winning some comments before I will hear from some of the junior leaders invited. Then we will fly straight to get the position. But I can assure you that I will try as much as possible to ensure that all of us are in this of this now happening. Then I feel the reaction of some persons. When you have any mention in our quarter, some of the story now they take by the because of the fact that we are not able to carry everybody along. There are some few players not able to play this game. And by the grace of God, we will try to do that. So we will take, in no particular order, we will take some few comments, but let us make our speech very brief and go to the point. We have been here for some time. I didn't know that he cannot bring in there, because I will have made provision for food. But however, at the end of the day, we will try to do something. So let's take a few comments. Shepard. Okay.
And straight to the point. Because this issue, not always also Gunana, who Obodo been very hasty in their decision. First, from the suspension, which was not even also communicated by writing, even when we have a secretary. And secondly, the HM. It's expected that after the 3 months has expired, the community will meet, which is supposed to be on that 4th, and the issue of who is going to succeed the late one will now come up. And it will be deliberated. Not that you will now pick your phone. It's not a way to install an Obiaruku. So it was very shady. And even in doing that shady thing, you didn't also communicate to them. There was no room for them to come. Because the fellas we had is on we say injunction. They will not hastily go and do it.
No, we didn't do that.
Now, I think that the right position to take is for Obodo to look into the matter actually and take a position that will bring the entire community together and not allowing the sleeping dog to lie the way it is. You succeeded, stay on your own, while this side will stay on our own. Because the long time effect of this separation is not now. It will come later if we don't agree. So, Ishoku Dunimoku Keni Boshe Obodo took a position that is very hasty. That is my own suggestion, my own view, because I've looked at the matter, and that is my conclusion concerning this matter.
Okay, just before recommendation.
Yes. Yes. Thank God we are here. The recommendation is that since they have an Obiaruku, they have installed an Obiaruku. The traditional way they used to do it is, since there is a protest from a quarter, Chiabuke, then Walije Jesue Igbechi.